it. What are you thinking there? Oh, you're just going to go to bed?
Yeah.
Barely got out alive. Oh. Hey guys, we're out reviewing the RBM UP-5 4-season tent. This thing comes with a stove jack. We brought the RBM Caminus M wood stove. We're going to be firing that up, and we got their insulated 3-layer ground sheet that comes for this thing. It's pretty huge. I think this has got a 14.5 foot radius floor and a 7'3" head height, I believe. This tent is huge. We haven't opened it up. We're going to do that today, and we're going to set this thing up. Apparently this is one of the quickest setup tents there is, and this tent has a dual layer, so it's an insulated tent, meaning it'll hold that heat. Temperature I think is going to go down to about -3 degrees Celsius, and it was snowing for the first time about 2 hours ago. We'll see, maybe it drops down, we get a little snow, that would be amazing. But we're going to get this thing set up, show you how it pops open, and show you the awesome, cool, I forget what kind of door they call that, but it's just a pop open Velcro door, so it's no zippered, and then it has a rear zippered door, so you have 2 entryways. But Charlie's excited. They're going to give me a hand setting this tent up, so let's get to it. So this is how the UP-5 3-layer floor comes. It's actually got its own bag. It's got some compression straps, and I'm not exactly sure of the weight, but it's not heavy considering how big this floor is. And we did open it up just to see the material, and it seems to be pretty impressive. We're going to spread this out first. I think you open this up and then you pop open the tent, and then it's got a couple of little features where it kind of pegs in, and then it's also got, for ice fishing, some removable little hatches so that you can have access to the ice if you want to keep this on the ice. We'll get into that later, but let's open this up and see how big this floor imprint is going to be. Like, that's huge. Look at the size of this floor. Walk on it. Very, very nice material. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. This is the part I was talking about that Velcro's open. And then I guess this is so that you could have your fishing hole, fish through it, and then later on close her up just so that the cold temperatures from the ice doesn't come back up into the tent. Right, and this is the RBM UP-5 tent in its bag. This bag is a waterproof bag, also compression straps, good heavy duty shoulder strap. I think it comes in just over 60 pounds for this tent. Not as heavy as the Panda Air Large, but still a good weight. This is something you'd definitely be bringing in by vehicle, or, you know, sport utility like 4-wheeler or a boat. Bag quality is excellent. So we're going to open this up. I'm not sure if you peg down the floor first, or it's got a couple of these little cutouts, and I think the legs, the footings to the tent kind of sit into those. So I'm going to put up the tent first and then see what I did right or what I did wrong. These are the roll-out, bug-out bags, I think you'd call them, but these all Velcro into the wall of the tent and are all your organizers, and I think there's a window there. And this is the door. We're going to get to that, but this is one of the coolest features I've seen. And this is the tent. This is all the pegs. One of the coolest things that this tent comes with is actual ice pegs as well. Oh yeah, look at them. So these are for drilling into ice. That's going to be pretty wicked. And they do have some rubber things on the end. This one didn't, but these do, so I guess you don't poke through this bag. And then this is a bag full of all the guy out rope, and it looks like some patch material. Very cool. Yeah, so you'll see this has got an end here that obviously pokes through this little hole here. Alright, well so far that was very easy. That tent just kind of unfolds itself, and then now you're going to want to go through that door opening, and inside is a bolt. You just unscrew that, replace it with the pole that pops open this like an umbrella, and then there's a stopper that screws in afterwards. Everything I've seen says that the first couple of times that you pop this tent is like anything new. It's stiff and you got to really pop it in there, but it becomes easier and easier as you use it, just like any other tent. So we're going to pop that up and see how well that goes. The wind just died down, so I think that's a good time to get this thing pegged in afterwards. But after that, I think this thing, other than putting in that door, the tent would be set. So far I'm loving this tent. So you just got to find this door opening. And then you just go in and pop it, I think. Just like that. Well, that actually, that was stiff, but it did. Once you did it a couple times, it actually pulled and popped open. So, all right. As far as I know, we're just going to unscrew this guy. He should come right out. There he is. Pops right out. And then you're going to replace it. This comes with the tent inside the bag. And you're going to screw that guy in. And this will stop the pole from traveling down. It'll stop it right at the butt of this little black handle part. That prevents the tent from unpopping like that umbrella feature did. We're going to screw that all the way in. Snug it up. And there you go. Top is set. You can put this back in your bag so you don't lose it. Hey guys,
hi.
What do you guys think?
Can I go in? Nice.
It's not set up yet, but what do you think in there? Oh, you're just going to go to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to get this thing pegged up and then you can go in there and hang out. You'll see these legs go right into this little fitting area here. I'm not sure what else that does. And then these will both line up and peg right to the ground. And we got some guy out points. And so far every RBM tent that we have, which is 2, but the Panda Air Large also came with this tool. But this tool, if you haven't seen it, is pretty incredible. It's for pegging in your tents, pulling up your pegs. It's got multiple tools on here, a little handsaw, screwdriver, bottle opener, but good solid weight, and for pounding those pegs, an excellent tool. We now have 2, which is very exciting. And it even comes with a little hole. You can put a little piece of leather strap or some paracord and hang it up on the tree so you don't lose it. I would suggest that. As you saw, there was the ice anchors that you can hand drill in to the ice, but it also comes with their typical heavy duty pegs. These things are rock solid, and that's what we're going to be using today. Obviously there's no ice, but they come with a bunch of extras as well. Solid pegs. This is the door. This is I think one of the coolest features of this tent. So far it's set up so easily. That's the first time setting it up. It's not windy. Maybe the wind will pick up later. You probably want to guy it out some more. I would suggest doing that. We've got lots of other stuff still packed away, so some beaners, some other stuff. Maybe we'll guy that out later, or maybe tomorrow if the wind does pick up. But for now we're gonna open up this, set this door. So you'll see this just pops open. It's actually got a nice, you can see that, nice little material to protect this from popping through. There we go, see? Look at that, that's amazing. This is the door. So this just Velcros in, and it's got a handle on there. You can see that pop in. We'll get this right up to the top. And this one goes over top and Velcros onto there. So now you'll just see that door just on its own little Velcro seam. You don't have to unzip in to get in and out. And then if it's raining and you don't want any rain, you just tuck that door right in. And then you'll be able to, no, not too sure what it is. There it goes. Goes into this little area. And then you'll see that's all covered. Nice, I like it. I like that. And then this is the other door, which you can also use that pop-out door on either side. They're both set up for the Velcro. So it only comes with one door though, so this one you'll shut up. And I'm going to bring you in a second. You're going to see the multiple layers of this tent. So the RBM UP-5 does have two windows. So this tent is got dual layers to it. So you'll see as you open up this window, that's the first layer. And then here's the bug netting. That'll open up. This gets you into this other area. So this little area in here is where all the moisture will stay and get trapped, as opposed to all that condensation when you got a wood stove going and the temperature rises in here and it's cold outside. It'll build up on the inside of the tent. This tent won't do that. So not only will it keep the condensation in this little zone, it'll also hold this heat in the tent. So when your fire does go out in the night, this tent should hold that heat considerably longer than a typical tent without that inner layer. So let's open up this outside window. I see. So this is still camo here. It did come with these little window inserts, so I guess I got to zip those in. So I'll do that so that we got some visibility to the outside. Alright, well I got that Velcroed window in. I will say that that wasn't easy. You actually have to kind of get through this little window to tuck up and roll up the outer so that this can stay in. And some of this Velcro I'm going to have to press down from the outside, but so far that adds a lot of light. You can actually see outside what's going on, but I would definitely want to make sure that this window is Velcroed in properly. And it's probably something I would do when the tent is on the ground if I could, I think. I don't know if that's any easier, but I'm going to try that the next time for sure. So I'm going to roll this up, get this out of the way. And then I'll do the other window and then that'll be done. Next step, because it is getting colder out, is getting that wood stove in here. Alright, so we got that window installed. And this window now installed. This little view. you're sitting down here, you'll be able to see outside what's really going on. I definitely would suggest getting those Velcroed in better. That's the first time. I think they're a little tricky, but I rolled up the stove jack cover. I will say that wasn't easy to do. I am 6 feet tall. If I was any shorter, that might be hard to reach up there and do that while the tent is popped up. I think if you know you're putting the wood stove in, maybe once again, like the windows, try to open those up while it's on the ground area. Find that and try to open that up first. I think that would save you a lot of issues. So it's getting cold and it's getting dark. We're gonna get the wood stove inside and we're gonna get that installed, get our bedding set up, and then get a fire going in this tent. See, I'm not sure what the temperature is. We're gonna find out, and then we'll see how quickly this tent heats up. I can already tell the Caminus M wood stove is gonna heat this tent up. It might be a little too warm out for the wood stove, we'll see. But we're gonna get that in there. We're all gonna get cozy in there and have a nice little fire. So far, loving the tent. I'd like to maybe guide it out a little bit more tomorrow. It's gonna get dark pretty soon, and there's no wind in here. We're tucked in pretty good. So my next, definite next is a fire. All right, bud, well, this is the Caminus M wood stove from RBM. It comes in this amazing wood crate. It also comes with that waterproof bag similar to the one that comes for this tent. We brought the crate because we're gonna end up putting our wood in here so it's nice and easy and not all over the floor. I think that's gonna be pretty exciting. Let's open her up, bud.
Okay.
All right. Now twist it.
This?
Yeah. The other way, like that. Almost, you almost got it. Yeah, there you go. Nailed it. All right, watch fingers, let's pull it open. Ooh, nice. And this stove comes with a fireproof floor mat, and it already has a fireproof wall. So we're gonna get this, get a fire going. It's starting to rain. It almost sounds like wet snow. Remember it was snowing a little bit earlier? Yep, hear it? Oh man, we better get a fire going. So Charlie and I already burned this stove in, and this stove, especially out of all of our stoves, had more chemical burn because it actually has gaskets on the glass and the door, and that gasket emits a smoke. So it did burn. It was good that we did it outside. You could smell it. So we've burned this a couple of times. This stove is ready to go in this tent and it's all safe, but definitely burn it outside first, right bud? Right. And the rain's starting to come down. Let's get some heat in here. Who's cold? I'll put this nice little bit of fat wood on there. Well, look how nice that quickly, like, that's all nice little shaved up, fresh fat wood. Now I'm just gonna make a little leave that open just for a bit. All right, well, 7 o'clock. It's 8 degrees Celsius. We just got the fire going. Everyone's gonna get a little bit cozier in here. We'll see how quickly this place heats up. Well, we got that stove ramped up. A lot of heat coming off. I boiled that water pretty quick. That little guy bubbling around there. Nice. Who's ready for some soup?
Me.
You, bud? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we just made some soup. The water boiled very fast. You got to make sure with this wood stove, the way that there's no chimney damper on it because there's a big baffle in there for a secondary burn. So all that fire and heat and smoke goes to the very rear of the stove, up through a channel and up the pipe. That's why people think it's on backwards or something. That's the design of the stove, and it does work very good. So you put your whatever you're going to cook on or boil to the back of that stove, and it boiled quick. The temperature in here, it got up to
It's 33.
33
Over
degrees
by the
Celsius over in that zone by the fire. That's pretty hot, but we were boiling that water. Door wide open, fresh air, nice and cozy in here. This is gonna be a great tent for winter. The floor is so comfy to sit on. You don't feel any of that cold ground. And yeah, this crate from RBM with their Caminus M wood stove is coming in handy. It's full of wood for the night and perfect little table for some dinner. But yeah, tomorrow we're gonna wake up, make some coffee, and I'm gonna give you a little walk around and show you all the accessible storage in here. It's pretty impressive. A couple other little features we just came across we didn't see until tonight. So we'll go through that tomorrow, and until then, good night, and yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
Good night.
Good night.
Jordan's losing her voice.
I have no voice.
Oh, no voice, no voice. Well, good morning. This tent was amazing last night. The insulated ground sheet made such a big difference. I slept on the ground with just a thin air mattress. Those guys are on the King Camp oak PO bed, which gets you right off the ground pretty good. They got hot. They had to open up the other door. I was in a nice spot. I could work the stove. This stove just dialed it right down and just was, oh man, just barely making a flame and just went for hours. So this is definitely one of the biggest, longest running stoves we have, and the heat that comes off of it got to be a little bit too much. 2 pieces of oak and it just flamed up and it was hot in here. But yeah, excellent tent. We're gonna boil some coffee, get everyone up, and gonna give you a little tour of all the storage and some accessories in here. This goes to show you how much room is in there. There's the wood stove, which is huge. Got a couple of chairs over there. We got these guys in this big double with all this room. Another chair, a little end table, the wood crate box, and my whole ground bed set up. It's very cozy, and still tons of floor space. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, last night you could see right through here and see the stars up there. I thought that was pretty excellent. You guys liked it? Yeah.
We opened them for air.
Here you go, yeah, so it got a little hot. They got some air going. Very well, cheers. Finally some coffee. You definitely have to, oh that's hot.
I know. Can't drink
You definitely have to get the fire going in the wood stove because it pulls all, I think I might have mentioned it, all that flame goes to the back of the stove, up that baffle, and to the front and up the chimney. So if you don't have a flame going, it's going to be a while to boil some water or cook some food. So definitely get a fire going first, put the water on, it'll boil way quicker. The stove, it's got a bit of creosote on there now because I had some oak in there and dialed it right down, but nothing compared to what I thought it would be, and it just burns right up. The hotter a stove gets, that glass will burn clean again, so don't worry about if your windows go black on you and you can't see in there and see the fire. They'll clear out. And yeah, outside of that, we're very, very happy with this tent. Very comfortable. Like usually we got slippers on for the ground. The floor is nice and warm. Lots of room, way more room. Like we're debating what tents are bigger or smaller, and Jordan says this is the most roomiest setup, right?
Other than the blow up, of course.
Yeah, well the blow up's a different case scenario, but still this is like a lot of room. Charlie's in her sleeping bag here still. But, all right, well we're gonna probably go for, oh, there you are.
She's alive.
Yeah, nice and cozy, eh, bud? Yeah. This is the little mesh door you can use, one of the 3 doors, actually one of 4 doors, I'm not too sure. There's the pop-out door, this inner insulated door. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 doors. 4 doors on them with the pop-out, but this one is nice. It's like you can see through. I don't think they can see in too easily. It's got a little, I don't know if you can see it, the old camo pattern to it. And it doesn't really let the heat out, and it lets some fresh air in. That's pretty good. We went for a nice little hike this morning. Beautiful day out. Came back to the tent, and the wood stove was long cold, so you know, all that wood burned out and the stove was cold. And this tent, it was like a 15 degrees Celsius temperature in here. The sun heats up the outside of the tent, but the insulated inside tent just held the heat in here. We were very surprised. Very nice. Popped that door open, came in, relaxed a little bit, but then now I'm going to show you guys the last feature of this tent, which I think is pretty amazing. These roll out gear bags. So let's see if I can give you a little closer up of that. It's pretty amazing. Zippered option, little pouches, sealable stuff, you know, whatever you want to put it in there, except for that they have designated Velcro areas where you just easily, this little strip opens up, 2-way Velcro. The Velcro gets both sides, the back and the front, so when you load that thing up with a bunch of weight, this isn't falling down easily. Right, I'm going to put it like that for now. And then on the very back side of this guy has another one, and it has a spot there. So just hangs like that. Right where this nice window view is where all the light comes in as well. And then you can see all your little spots there, what you had in there. But there's also 20 of these organized little pockets in here. They're actually see-through with the camo pattern. So you can see, so some winter gloves tucked in there. Our headlamps from last night tucked in there, even though the batteries were all dead. And they go all the way around the circumference of the tent. Perfect locations. That's something key for when you got a bunch of kids, or you know, you want your gear off the ground. The second location opposite of the first one, so you've got them on either end of the tent. And this is another option it has, is just up here, which I don't think I showed, is a spot to throw your wet gloves, anything wet to dry up there. When the wood stove's going, it'll dry very quick. That's a great feature. Alright guys, well that's going to be a wrap on this video. This is the RBM UP-5 4-season pop-up tent. This thing is incredible. So far this tent has blown our minds with the insulated ground sheet that goes underneath the tent. Then it's got its actual floor. I slept on that, very comfortable. All the storage, that's key. The 2 windows to allow some natural light in, never mind that this color fabric lets in tons of light. The doors with their camo pattern to give you privacy, you can't see in but you can see out while airflow is traveling through. That's key. Shutting it up at night and getting that wood stove. That's the RBM Caminus M. That's their largest wood stove that they have, and that goes, it's just designed for this tent. As you've seen, it backs right up to that wall, giving you more floor space. So I think that's one thing we noticed last night, was with the big wood stove going like that, we had tons of room around it. Thing ran beautiful through the night, and your wood stove gets better and better. Just like anything, it gets burned in and it gets seasoned. That metal gets used to being heated up, and it'll burn better and better the more and more you use it. So the window glass was great. And yeah, well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to, and hit that notification bell. We have lots more. Winter camping's just about to get started, and we're going to be out enjoying lots of our winter tents. This is going to be one of them for sure. And don't forget to go into our description and you'll get a link to our affiliate code to save 5% off any RBM products. We're an affiliate with them and happy to promote these products. This is what you want when you're camping with your family. Don't even question it. This tent is amazing. Everyone slept so cozy in here. So any questions, don't hesitate. Hit the comments. I'd love to answer them. Or if there's something I missed and you want me to check it out, I will do that for you. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Okay, so the tent is collapsed. We're back to where we started. This is when I would say, while you're outside here, Velcro in these windows. Very hard to do it when the tent is up. And same with your stove jack. If you want to really get this thing rolled up and tucked in there nicely, way easier to do it right at this moment. I'm going to remember that. So if you like that tip, put your windows in first. I think if someone else has this tent, leave a comment what they do. I'd love to know.